Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting for race number 13 of the Doghouse Racing League Truck Series presented by Shoney's here on Intensity Broadcasting on iRacing. We're getting ready for, again, race number 13 of the season before we take our Thanksgiving break. And this one's going to shape up to be a great one here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. The quick, multi-grooved, slick track here in southern Florida. I almost said California. I don't even know why I almost said that, but let's take a look at our points coming in tonight. You see Jonathan Jennings up at the top of the leaderboard with a commanding lead, just about 200 points over second place. Justin McMahon, Steve Gerber sits back in third. Lucas Edwards and Dominic Hughes right out your top five. Then Christopher Simon, Mark Dumont, Frank Hughes Jr., Mike Leftwich, and Stephen Bunoma. I'll leave this points up on the screen so you can see where your favorite driver is and where they sit in the top 25 in points. As we have just a few more minutes left here in practice. You see, as usual, Jonathan Jennings up at the top of the leaderboard. Michael Samia sits back in second. Mike Leftwich back in, Justin McMahon back in third. Mike Leftwich fourth, and Adam Gardner in top five. We see the 8 of Steve Gerber circulating the racetrack, trying to find the speed and see where he can wind up here in qualifying. So again, we have just about 2 minutes left here in practice. Out on track, so 114.1. Getting some laps in currently right now. Miami is one of my favorite racetracks here on the sim. It lends itself to a lot of different lines with the progressive banking. Really allow you to run different reason on the racetrack. I see some drivers right up against the wall, some drivers right now. But as we take a look at the race information here, you see just under a mile and a half. Even though it looks pretty symmetrical, we notice that turns 3 and 4 are a little bit different than turns 1 and 2. 1 and 2 can drive in really, really deep, get down to the bottom of the racetrack, and turn off a turn number 2. There is a really big bump you have to watch from turns 3 and 4. It's a little different. You kind of see it here on my track, but you definitely feel it in the racetrack. So we'll see these drivers really lending themselves to a bunch of different areas on this racetrack as they make their way. Try to find out who's going to make their way to victory lane, and if it's going to be another Jonathan Jennings. I want to say clinic put on by Jonathan Jennings yet again here tonight. So as I mentioned, track is just under a mile and a half. The banking is progressive, 18 degrees a mile, 20 degrees against the wall. The straightaways are 3 degrees of banking. And that's what's going to lend itself to some great racing. And that 3 degrees banking coming off the corners, you'll notice that some of these drivers might get a little loose, get a little sideways off the corner, which can lend itself to some issues. As you see our first driver make his way out onto the racetrack, and that is the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. Also, Dominic Hughes, Justin Hughes already out on the racetrack, along with the 91 of Jonathan Jennings already out on the racetrack, and I get that qualifying attempt underway early. Turn number 4. Coming to take the green flag on his qualifying attempt, and most of the field actually out on the racetrack right now getting their qualifying underway. We see in the chat already, let's go Edwards, and Engel. This track has seen quite a few facelifts over the year. It originally opened in 1995. It's a 1.5-mile square oval speedway. It was almost like they called it the mini Indianapolis because it was shaped just like Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But it led to not so great racing. So in 1997, they destroyed turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, left the straightaways alone, and created this progressively banked oval-shaped oval, as we see Jonathan Jennings coming down to the stripe. See where he puts himself here in the qualifying order. Jumps right up to the top of the board with a 33 flat. Michael Samia. As Dale Wilkerson goes P2 with a 33.18. Let's see what Samia can do here coming across the stripe. He was quick in practice. He's only going to be able to muster out a 3rd place starting position. Here's the 27 of Christopher Simon. Different colors on that truck here tonight. Kind of runs that middle lane, which is another way to get around this racetrack. Again, you'll see drivers using every single lane here through the corners as Simon comes down across the stripe. And Christopher Simon's going to jump up into the 7th position. Here's Richard Leclerc coming out the backstretch into turn number 3. Again, running that more of a high line up above that top seam and across the line. And Leclerc is going to jump up into the 14th position. Here's the 56 of Adam Gardner now out on the racetrack. He's taking on his white flag lap right now. Kevin Brown says, good luck, boys. Tough to see you're not in the race truck again tonight, but good to see you when you were here. Thanks for joining us here. We also have Michelle, who says, good luck, Christopher Simon. As here comes Adam Gardner. He's going to muster out a 5th place currently on the speed charts. Here's the 55 of Ricky Hudges coming down across the stripe. Hudges moves up into the 5th spot, knocks Gerber back a spot. Jeffrey Wimmer comes across, takes the white flag. Ooh, big wiggle out of the 73. You see that? That's that spot I was talking about. There's a big bump there as you exit turn number 2. You saw the wiggle, and when you're driving side by side with another driver, that can be disastrous. As Wimmer comes off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. We have about 30 seconds left here in qualifying, and Wimmer is going to improve his time up into the 8th position. Here's the 66 of Chad Waller coming down across the stripe. Although with 14 seconds left, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to muster out a qualifying attempt here. So that is going to do it here. As qualifying is now complete. And we'll take a look at our starting grid here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And starting on pole tonight, as we see, the 91 of Jonathan Jennings with Justin McMahon to his outside in position number 2. Rolling off third will be the 78 of Dale Wilkerson. Never count him out at this track. This is one of his favorite tracks. We always see him run well here. And Mike Samia in that 4th position, followed by Ricky Hudges and Adam Gardner rounding out row number 3. Mike Leftwich will roll off from the 7th spot with Jeffrey Wimmer back in 8th. Then round out your top 10 will be the 8 of Steve Gerber and the 27 of Christopher Simon. 11th will be Frank Hughes Jr. with Lucas Edwards rolling off from the 12th position. 13th, we'll find Stephen Bonomo and John Smith in the 99. Michael Dow rolls off 15th with Nate Orlowski back in the 16th position from Justin Hughes and Mark Dumont. Make up row number 9, and your top 20 will be Richard Leclerc and Gary Armia. Dominic Hughes roll off 21st with Jeffrey Engel from the 22nd position. Chad Waller rolls off 23rd. Kevin Brown, who I know is not in the session here, he's on the session, I could be mistaken, is being scored in the 24th starting position. 25th, Chuck Cobb, Bill Gentry back in 26th, and Leander Johnson round out the field here tonight at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Of course, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Twitch, or even on Kick. We appreciate you joining us here tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Of course, the Doghouse Tuesday Night Truck Series is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's is open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared breakfast bar, or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Also, the Doghouse Racing League is fueled by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. 0 sugar, 0 fillers, 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins. Take hydration to the next level. Visit rogueenergy.com and use the code Doghouse for 10% off your order. And all commissions earned through the link will support the Doghouse Racing League. Also, don't forget to check out our great partners down in the link below as well, including IntensityRacing.com for all your iRacing or all your Intensity broadcasting swag, as well as Ali Luis's gear is there as well. Check out Racing API for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. And of course, our great partner over at The Butt Kicker. For all your gaming haptic needs, check out thebuttkicker.com. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the broadcast as the field is making their way down towards pit road. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down onto pit road. Jonathan Jennings is going to start this race from the high side as they come down to the green flag in the air, and a great jump for Justin McMahon down on that low side. He's already door-to-door with Jonathan Jennings as they go down into turn number 1 for the first time. Although Jennings is going to have that high lane advantage coming off of turn number 2 as the field spreads out. Coming down the backstretch for the first time. Side by side for the lead, Jonathan Jennings. Justin McMahon continue to duke it out as they go down to turns 3 and 4. Give McMahon the slight advantage for now as they come off of turn number 4 for the first time. Down to the stripe. This is going to be a close one here, but it looks like McMahon's going to lead the first lap here tonight. They continue to battle it out for the second position. Looks like we might have had a little issue here on the start of the race, but right now we've got a great battle going on between McMahon and Jennings. It looks like Jennings is going to be trying to use that highlight advantage to get back out in front of McMahon, but right now McMahon's holding tight on that low side. This is an incredible battle here for the top spot. We're just 3 laps into the race. My mistake, Kevin Brown is actually in the race, so it's good to see him back out on the racetrack. His still is up for grabs here between McMahon and Jennings. This time, though, Jennings looks like he's fighting to clear McMahon down into turn number 3. So give the lead to McMahon here as they come off of turn number 4. We complete lap number 3. So we'll see what happened to Leclerc here on this restart. Jumped to the pits. I don't know if it was it looks like he might have had connection issues or something that caused him to miss the start. See him still sitting on pit road. Now he's rolling off. So unfortunately for him, he's going to be starting this race about 4 laps down. Now Justin McMahon is under attack from the 3 of Michael Samia. you can see that draft really comes into play here. You're able to suck right up on the back bumper of the truck in front of you. Big wiggle out of the 3 truck right there. You heard him having to get out of the gas. That's almost a second back to our 4th place driver, Daniel Wilkerson. But if you're familiar with the Doghouse Racing League, the Foundation.org truck. Moody lost his battle with cancer last year. It's great to see him continuing to honor Adam race after race. Got a battle shaping up back here. See Lucas Edwards right at the top of the racetrack. Christopher Simon able to hold off the 76 machine for now. In the chat, we do see a couple of comments here. Let's go. I love Christopher Simon. Love you 27. Let's go. And Jennings is the Verstappen of Doghouse. It does seem that way as we see Edwards here. Right on the back bumper of Christopher Simon. Going down into turn number 1. He's trying to do everything he can to get around that 27 machine. Meanwhile, right behind, we see Steve Gerber, who lost a couple spots on the start, but he's battling side by side with Frank Hughes, trying to battle here for the 10th position. But the big story is our top 3. You could throw a blanket under these 3, and I think this is the closest that Jennings has really had to him in all season long. See too many instances where Jennings has competition right there on the back bumper, but we are seeing exactly that right now. Beyond that, we see Frank Hughes in the 61 making his way around Lucas Edwards. Hughes up into the 8th position. Right down, we see John Smith up 4 positions. Our biggest move of the race so far is the 66 of Chad Waller. Waller up 11 spots from where he started, already up into the 12th position, trying to crack the top 10. Lucas Edwards looking down underneath Frank Hughes Jr., challenging him for the 8th position. Again, John Smith trying to follow through as well. Now we see Jeffrey Wimmer and Chad Waller as well, now up into the 11th position. And just in front we see John Smith. Was just trying to battle with Lucas Edwards, but here the Smith machine. The leaders continue to duke it out here at the front. Just McMahon kind of searching for grip out there. He's looking for a little different line, see if he can find something that's going to give him an advantage here on Jonathan Jennings. Jennings able to run right down on the white line. You see McMahon running up the middle of the racetrack. You do see a couple drivers who have been up at the wall. So I believe that's the 55 of, no, that's Christopher Simon who's ripping the ball up there a little further back. Trying to find the grip, and see Adam Gardner here in the 56 machine having a good run. He's had a string of bad luck all season long, and now he finds himself just outside the top 5 right now, trying to get himself a great finish here tonight. In a battle back here as well. This is a battle for 12th and 13th. Now Waller trying to crack into the top 10. Take a look down underneath the 76 of Lucas Edwards. That 166 truck on rails right now. He's currently turning laps as fast as your leader, Jonathan Jennings. So don't be surprised to see him up to the front as the race goes on. And now Frank Hughes taking a look down underneath Adam Gardner. It's a battle for the 6th position. Hughes is going to take that position away as you see Adam Gardner right up against the wall looking for all the grip he can. And now Hughes gets a little loose there off of turn number 4. He's going to allow Adam Gardner to get a bit of a run here in the turn at number 1. Starting to spread out a little bit. Let's listen to these trucks at full song. Thing I like to call pump up the intensity. Start lap number 20. Jonathan Jennings leads to grow a little bit. As his lead is now just over a half a second over second place Justin McMahon, and Michael Smia falling back about a second off of Justin McMahon. So tires starting to wear out on some of these drivers. First driver down on the pit road as the 33 of Kevin Brown. It looked like Kevin Brown might have had some issues a little bit ago. Looks like he's going to reset here. See if we can see what happened to Brown here. Yeah, he had some issues early before that too. So not really sure what happened to Brown. Looks like he might have retired from the race, but battles on the racetrack as Michael Dowd trying to work his way around Lucas Edwards. Having some issues right now, struggling a little bit. He's falling back to the 14th position. trying to take that spot away and move him back to 50th. Meanwhile, we see Chad Waller continuing his drive through the field, getting around Christopher Simon. Now he's trying to battle around Adam Gardner for the 7th position. So 23 laps, Waller has already made up 15, almost 16 positions from where he started. Waller up 16 positions. Now he's just under a second behind the 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. The question is, what's going to wear out first? What's going to run down first? These gas tanks or these tires? His pit stops should be starting up pretty soon. I'm going to see pit stops probably right around lap 32 to 35 is my guess. Adam Gardner under attack from the 99 of John Smith. There's Mike Leftwich in the mix here as well. So Gardner gets a little loose there up on that high side, but keeps the momentum going, able to keep in front of John Smith. Take a look here from the iRacing blend. You'll see just how twitchy these trucks are, especially on corner exit. See how Gardner push up the racetrack. And ooh, Smith just got loose. So there you go. That really showed how out of control these trucks are right now on these older tires. As Jonathan Smith almost lost it in a 3-wide battle there. Michael Doghouse closed in and caught Lucas Edwards, trying to take that 14th position away as Edwards looks like he just bounced off the wall just a little bit. So Dow's going to easily be able to take that position away. Here comes Daniel Wilkerson looking down to the inside of Mike Samia. He's going to take over that 3rd position. Right now it's all Jonathan Jennings currently in the top spot, just about a second over Jess McMahon. Here's our first driver down on the pit road. Coming a little earlier than I thought they were going to. There's Mike Samia. So will that trigger the rest of the field to start making their way down pit road? Is there anybody out there trying to save a little bit of fuel here to try to stretch this pit stop a little further? Here is Steve Gerber looking up to the high side, Mike Leftwich, and we got a little bit of a 3-wide there for a second as Jeff Wimmer was in the mix there as well. Now we're going to take a look down underneath Adam Gardner, and he's going to try to get John Smith in the same corner as well. While that's going on, Jeffrey Wimmer trying to through here as well. On track, Mike Leftwich down on pit road. Will we see any more takers down on the pit road? That is the question. We'll swing our camera around and take a look here at pit road. Doesn't look like anybody's coming just yet. This will be a good view to see when drivers start making their way peeling on the pit road. Chad Waller taking a look underneath the 55 of Ricky Hudges. Jeffrey Engel just hit pit road. See Daniel Wilson going by. Looks like most of the field opting to stay out just a little bit longer. I thought Waller was going to be able to get around Hudges. Looks like Hudges was able to move back to the high side and get back around Waller. Impressive drive out of this C6 machine, currently got 19 positions from where he started. There's a slider right there up in front of Hudges, and now Frank Hughes Jr. Adam Gardner, Michael Dow all on pit road. Dominic Hughes making their way down pit road. Comes a few more drivers. Oh, some issues coming on the pit road. It looks like the 08 goes around on the end of pit road. Justin Hughes having some issues. Jennings on pit road. Here comes McMahon, Daniel Wilkerson, Chad Waller, Christopher Simon on pit road, Steve Gerber coming on the pit road, Jeffrey Wimmer. Whoa! One driver really smoking it in there on the pit road. I believe that might have been Jonathan Smith. All said and done, a few drivers already back out onto the racetrack. Frank Hughes Jr., Michael Samia, Adam Gardner, Michael Leftwich, Nate Orlowski on pit road as well, or off of pit road, I should say. Before Bill Genscher looking up to the high side. After it's all cycled around, it's all said and done, Jonathan Jennings is still your leader by a second and a half over Just McMahon. Thrifts me up back in third. Frank Hughes and Chad Waller. Darren Wilkerson had some issues on pit road. He's falling back into the 6th position. Trying to run down at this 61 of Frank Hughes Jr. He's going to have about a 5-second gap up to 3rd place, Michael Smith. In the chat, we see Lindsay Hill says, let's go Jeffrey Engel, Lucas Edwards, let's go boys. Thank you intensely for the broadcast. That's why we're here. Glad to bring the broadcast to you. Lucas Edwards had some issues. He's just coming off pit road, currently back in the 25th position and being scored a couple laps down. Currently being scored 2 laps down to the leaders. Chuck Cobb also on pit road here, and he's being held for an extended time. Tells me he probably sped on or off pit road. Same with Lucas Edwards. also being scored a lap down right now as the 3 Samia, their third place driver, makes his way around the 14 machine. 3 wide racing there for a moment as Michael Leftwich was stuck in the middle. The meat in the sandwich there as John Smith and Dominic Hughes were just battling side by side. Right behind him, the lead of Steve Gerber trying to come through as well. As we work lap number 40, in a race that's gone green since the drop of the green flag. Just tuning in, Jonathan Jennings has led pretty much every lap since the drop of the green flag. Justin McMahon and him were side by side for the first 4 laps. McMahon led a couple of those laps as well, but since then it's been all Jonathan Jennings out in front, ahead of McMahon by 1.1 seconds. Another big mover through the field though is Chad Waller, up 18 positions from where he started. And yellow flags in the air. For Ricky Hudges, who's down slow on the inside of the racetrack. Let's go bring up our first wreckage rewind of the night. So I have to make sure there we go. Take a look to see what happened to the 55 here. Coming off of turn number 4, just loses it all by himself. Little tank slapper comes back across the racetrack, able to hold on to it and not hit anything. So he'll be able to continue on. But that is our first caution of the race. And Kevin Brown said he was having connection issues. I'm sorry to hear that. That's always a tough one, especially when you're not able to race. I understand the issues of technology issues. Let's see who comes down pit road this time. And it looks like the entire field will be hitting pit road. No, everybody goes on by. I thought maybe we'd see some people come down pit road. Jennings stayed out. McMahon, Samia, Frank Hughes, Adam Gardner, Steve Gerber, Jeffrey Weber, Dominic Hughes, Mike Leftwich, Ricky Hutchins, Leander Johnson, Bill Gentry, Nick Orlowski, all coming down pit road here, so this is going to really shake things up. Having some drivers with a little bit quicker tires starting back in the 9th position. But as I was saying, Kevin Brown there, I understand technical issues all too well. I race once a week on Wednesday nights, and I forgot to charge my Oculus, so it was our double points event at Charlotte. I had to run the first 2 stages of the race under with just regular screens as opposed to VR. We've run in VR for as long as I have. You just get used to it. That final stage break, I had to jump out of the car, get the VR on. I lost a lap, unfortunately, but yeah, technical issues can be tough. Rob says he lost connection for a full lap. Luckily, he wasn't able to, or he didn't hit anybody and bring out a caution. You know, that's always the worst when something like that happens. Well, if you got a break in the action, we want to again thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or over on Twitch, or on Kick. Don't forget that like button, follow, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell. Excuse me. So you know, anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. Also, we want to mention that The Tuesday Night Truck Series, Doghouse Tuesday Night Truck Series, is proud to be sponsored by Shoney's. Shoney's open daily for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Stop by one of their West Virginia locations and try their freshly prepared legendary breakfast bar or take home a whole strawberry pie. Shoney's, delicious food and friendly service since 1947. Also, the Doghouse Racing League is fueled by Rogue Energy. Rogue Energy is designed to be the ultimate energy drink. Zero sugar, zero carbs, zero fillers, 5 calories, packed with essential vitamins. Take hydration to the next level. Visit rogueenergy.com and enter the code Doghouse for 10% off your order, and all commissions earned through the link support the Doghouse Racing League. Of course, will we be without our great partner over at Butt Kicker? Butt Kicker is an established and trusted leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. The products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. Patented design makes them incredibly accurate, powerful, and virtually indestructible. The Gamer Plus is the new and upgraded sim racing haptic that reproduces immersive, accurate, powerful sim racing, flight sim, and gaming effects. Check out the full line of Butt Kicker products. Figure out what's right for you. Visit thebuttkicker.com. Also, you can check out Butt Kicker and see which movie theaters around you implement Butt Kicker technology to really give you some immersion during your movie. So you can check all that out at thebuttkicker.com. For all your iRacing setups and coaching needs, check out raceepi.com. Also, check out intensityracing.com for all your intensity broadcasting swag, as well as some Batley and Reese's racing gear as well. And of course, don't forget to check out the DoghouseRacingLeague.com, link down below, where you can find all your stats and standings, information on the Doghouse Racing League, as well as their store as well. So if you want to pick up some Doghouse swag, check out DoghouseRacing.com. Here we go. Pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Jonathan Jennings leads him back down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. Already we saw a couple drivers spinning their tires here on the start, but how about Chad Waller? Currently racing up in the third position. Just got passed by Daniel Wilkerson. We are 4 wide off of turn number 2 as they continue to spread out down the backstretch. More 3-wide racing. We see the 5500s down on the bottom side. Adam Garner was up on the top. Steve Gerber was the meat in that sandwich. And Justin McMahon on those fresher tires already starting to make things happen as we have another caution out on the racetrack. This one looks like Lucas for Richard Leclerc. That's going to bring up another and this one looks like it starts ahead of Leclerc. We're going to go to the blimp cam for this one as we see the 14 of Engel up on the high side catches the wall just a little bit right in front of Lucas Edwards. Edwards has to check up, and that puts him in a 4-wide position. Chuck Cobb down on the bottom. Edwards really squeezes the 117 of Leclerc, and those 4 trucks all collide with the outside wall right in front of the 7 of Armio, who's able to sneak right on through. Quite a bit of issues there for quite a few drivers. In the chat, we see I don't know if it's me or not, but I can barely hear you over the trucks. Apologize. I thought I had my sounds pretty much figured out. Let me see if I can turn the trucks down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better for you guys. I know some camera views, the cameras are a little bit louder than others. Let me know if that's a little bit better for you. Also just had to do some resetting and do some things on my computer, so my settings may not be exactly where they need to be. So again, I do apologize for that. So yeah, Lucky Dog going around the outside. That is the 08 of Justin Hughes. So that'll put 16 trucks on the lead lap. Brown says, thanks for everything you do. It means a lot. Hey, I appreciate it, and I really do enjoy being up in here in the booth for you guys each and every week. This is some of the most entertaining racing we've broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting, and I truly do enjoy being able to bring this to you guys each week. Of course, we want to say on behalf of Intensity Broadcasting and all of our partners here, we want to wish everybody a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving next week. Of course, I know the Canadians had their Thanksgiving quite a while ago, but if you're here in the United States, we do want to wish everybody a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving, and we'll be right back here in 2 weeks' time for the conclusion of the season here in the Doghouse Racing League. Just a few weeks left. Can you believe it? Seems like we just started the season not that long ago, and now we are approaching the end of the season already. As I mentioned, we are off next week due to Thanksgiving. Then we'll go to Five Flag Speedway for some short track racing, Daytona International Speedway for some super speedway and drafting. We will round out the season at Auto Club Speedway. So just after this one, just 3 races remain here for the championship. Of course, we all know, if you haven't seen it already, Jonathan Jennings with quite the lead here in the point standings. Currently up on Justin McMahon by about 200 points. So, yeah, it's going to be a battle for second on back, really. So lights are off on the pace car. We're getting ready to go back at green flag racing. Jonathan Jennings is going to choose the high side this time, putting Daniel Wilkerson down on the low side. And looks like both times here he's been trying to trap Chad Waller behind him because he sees how fast that 66 machine is. Last restart, he started on the bottom, allowed Daniel Wilkerson to get by and in front of Waller. This time he's going to start up on the high side, putting Waller behind Wilkerson. But here we go, pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Coming to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is in the air. We have just 16 laps to go as Jennings gets a great jump here. This time Wilkerson balanced side by side. He's got Christopher Simon and Chad Waller right behind. Waller is able to clear the 27 of Simon. He's going to set his sights on Wilkerson, and I think that 166 might be the only truck that might have something for Jonathan Jennings, except for just McMahon on back, who are on much fresher tires. About 10 lap fresher tires, and that doesn't seem like it'd be much, but on a track like here at Homestead-Miami, that is a ton of extra speed, as right now Waller looking down to the inside of Wilkerson. And here comes McMahon to the inside of Simon. Side by side, 2 rows back from second to fifth, as we have 14 laps to go. And while they're battling side by side, it's allowing Jonathan Jennings just to pull away, as he is now almost a second ahead of Chad Waller. But here comes McMahon on those fresher tires, putting that new rubber to good work here He's already driven up to the 3rd position, and last time by, he was about as fast as your leader, as now Simon jumps around Daniel Wilkinson, moving him back into the 5th position. Here comes McMahon down to the inside. Chad Waller, he's going to easily dispatch the 66 machine. The question is, does he have enough time to run down that 91 machine who's been oh so fast all season long? That interval is now down to 1 second. There is the gap from McMahon to Jennings, and you're seeing it starting to shrink. Jennings able to pull back ahead just a little bit from McMahon. McMahon's doing everything he can to try to run down that 91 machine, and taking tires under that last caution looks like it might have been the right call to try something different. Because this season has been the only way to get by and take wins away from that 91 machine is to try to do a strategy. With 10 laps to go, now those advantage of those newer tires is starting to go away. As Justin McMahon's now sitting there about a second behind Jonathan Jennings. A little further in the pack, he sees, oh, we got a turn. Yellow's going to come out for this one. It's a 55 of Ricky Hudgens, another driver involved in that as well. That is not what Jonathan Jennings wanted to see, is another wreckage rewind. You see the 55 down on the low side. We see the 114 of Dumont and Adam Gardner there as well. I see the 55 gets a great run. Oh, he gets loose. He has to chase it up the track, up into the 56 of Gardner. Sends the 114 into the outside wall. Gardner looks like he got a little bit of damage there. Fortunately, it doesn't look like a whole lot as we see the 114 who gets the worst of this hard impact. Ooh, weird angle on the fence there too. Back across the track, fortunately not in front of anybody. You know, there's a saying in racing, if there's a weird spot for a race car to hit, it's going to find it, and that's exactly what we're going to see right here from the 114, who doesn't even see it coming, doesn't even have a chance to react. So heavy impact. What that does is it allows Jeffrey Engel to get back onto the lead lap with the lucky dog. It also allows Justin McMahon to erase that 1 second lead that Jennings had. And this is where those little bit fresher tires that McMahon have might come into play here on this restart. Because Jennings is only going to have one heat cycle on these tires. I'm sorry, McMahon's only going to have one heat cycle. McMahon is hitting pit road. No, he changed his mind. Faked me out. That's pretty good when you fake out the announcer. That's pretty good right there. But McMahon's got only one heat cycle on those tires where Jennings has quite a few. So this could make a big difference here on this restart. Who's going to have the most grip? So we are coming down to the final few laps here. What side, where is Jonathan Jennings going to restart? Is he going to choose the inside or the outside here? So here we go. Lights on the pace car should be coming off this time by. It looks like Jennings is going to choose the high side, putting Just McMahon down on the low side. Chad Waller and Christopher Simon back in row 2. Daniel Wilkerson and Michael Dow back in row 3. Adam Gardner, Michael Samia back in row 4. Samia on the inside, Gardner on the outside. And then Dominic Hughes and Steve Gerber round out your top 10. So here we go, off of turn number 4. Pace car going to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. We're going to have a 5-lap shootout for the win here as the green flag is in the air. Jonathan Jennings gets a great jump on McMahon, but can McMahon do anything with him here? Down into turns 1 and 2. Side by side right behind him, Waller and Simon. Waller's able to clear the 27 as they come off of turn number 2. Jennings able just to pull away from Justin McMahon as we have just 4 laps to go. Battle for these final podium spots continues to go on as Chad Waller holds on to that final 3rd spot. Don't look at it now, but here comes McMahon. He's coming with a bit of a run. He's cut into the lead of Jennings. Jennings trying to break the toe, do a little serpentine down the backstretch. And here comes McMahon right to the back bumper of Jonathan Jennings as we're coming to 3 laps to go. This one is going to come right down to the end. Jennings using the low lane. McMahon running a little bit higher, trying to use a little bit more banking to get the run off the corner as they come off of turn number 4. Again, McMahon right in the slipstream. Jennings trying to break the slipstream as they go down into turn number 3. 0.2 seconds separates these two, about 6 truck lengths as they come off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are up in the air. 2 laps to go. That lead is shrunk down to about 4 truck lengths. Even less now, 3 trucks separate. Make it 2. Make it 1 as McMahon is putting on a courageous drive right here, trying to get to the back bumper of Jennings as the white flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go. Does McMahon have anything for Jennings here? Down into turn number 1. McMahon drives up the track trying to get the run off the corner. Jennings trying to break the slipstream as here comes McMahon down into turn number 3. It's going to be a one last chance to get it done here for McMahon. as he's able to drive it off the corner. Is he going to be able to get there? No, he's going to be sideways off the corner. And Jonathan Jennings is going to get the win. Felt like feels like that's all I've been saying this season long. As we see the respect between these two drivers. Definitely feels like I've said that for the 10th time this season. Oh, wait, I have. As Jonathan Jennings gets his 10th win of the season. And Justin McMahon's going to have to settle for the third place finish. But how about Chad Waller? You know, impressive win by Jonathan Jennings, but how about an impressive drive by Waller? Gaining 20 positions from where he started. So that is very impressive. And Tyler Tomasi says, let's go. Great race, Jonathan and Justin from Kevin Brown. As Jennings continues his tradition of trying to burn out as far as he can before the motor pops. Right down to the end of pit road, and let's take a look at our final results. Again, your winner for the 10th time this season is the 91 of Jonathan Jennings. Justin McMahon comes home second. Chad Waller, again, 20 positions he gained up into third. Christopher Simon and Daniel Wilkerson round out your top five. Michael Dow finishes sixth with Mike Samia back in seventh. Steve Gerber, Dominic Hughes, and Adam Gardner round out your top 10. Jeffrey Wimmer brings it home 11th. Mike Leftwich back in 12th. John Smith in 13th. Justin Hughes and Stephen Bonomo make up your top 15. 16th was Nate Orlowski with Gary Amio back in the 17th position. Leander Johnson 18th. 19th was Bill Gentry, and Ricky Hudges rounds out, your top 20. 21st, Jeffrey Engel, Lucas Edwards 22nd, Mark Dumont back in 23rd, Frank Hughes back in 24th, Justin Cobb 25th, Richard Leclerc in 26th, and rounding out the field here in 27th was the 33 of Kevin Brown. As we get ready to talk to our top three, starting with Chad Waller, who I do not see in the waiting room just yet. I'll give him just a moment more to see if he makes his way into the waiting room. And it does not look like he's going to make his way to the waiting room. So let's bring in your second place finisher now, your driver of the 24, Justin. I'm sorry, that's the wrong person I just dragged in. I'm sorry about that. The driver of the 24, Justin McMahon. Justin, you got Josh over the booth. You got me? Man, I know that one's a heartbreak for you. You did everything right there. Tried to do a little strategy. Tried to get off the strategy and just came up about a truck length short. Talk us through that last run there, especially knowing that you had much fresher tires and that restart there.
Yeah, I don't know. The restart, that caution definitely did help me. I don't know if I would have been able to catch him had we stayed green the rest of the way. I think I may have been able to run him down, but I don't know if our tires kind of balanced out because we didn't have a whole lot of laps on him there at the end. I gave him everything I had. It obviously just didn't work out. I got a little tight up behind him. I was aero tight, I think, behind him going in. So I was a little tight on entry. And I was trying to just drive the wheels off it just to stay with him and at least give myself a chance. And I thought I was going to be able to. There, I got up to his bumper there a couple times, and he just had a little bit better drive off because he had clean air in front of him. So it was a lot of fun. We almost went caution free there. That would have been nice, but Yeah, a lot of fun racing him. It was tough. It's a bummer. I finished second to him again, but I thought this was going to be the night I was going to be able to steal one away from him. But a lot of fun, a lot of good, clean, hard racing up there. It was. I like racing that way, and just didn't work out for us.
Yeah, you even faked me out there on that last caution. I really thought you were coming down pit road for a second, but oh, man, what a drive though. I mean, overall, very impressive drive, especially having to come back through the field. Even though you had those fresher tires, I know it wasn't easy coming through the field, especially with guys like Chad Waller, who was just flying tonight. Talk us through that last stint there, coming up to the final race there, especially on that restart. Not the last one, but the one before that.
Yeah, I knew I needed to take advantage at that restart as quickly as possible to get around those guys if I could. I didn't without overheating my tires. I just tried to make as quick work as possible with them. Yeah, Chad Waller was fast. I mean, I don't even think he qualified tonight, right? And he came back from 23rd to finish third.
Yeah,
that's huge.
20 spots to the good. That's where he started tonight. So
yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, it was me trying to make quick work of getting around those guys on that restart. I was trying to get a good jump. The jump really wasn't as good as I wanted. I think the 50 car didn't quite get a good a jump as he wanted to there, and it kind of stacked me and Steven Bonomo up a little bit, but I was able to keep it down, and with my fresher tires, I was able to carry a little bit more momentum off the corner exit, and was able to make somewhat quick work of them. And that caution came out, I think. So, but yeah, it was a fight. I was nervous. I was pretty quiet on the radio for the last 10 or 12 laps or so, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, again, awesome drive here tonight. I know it's you're gonna get one this season. Don't worry, it's coming. You got a couple tracks coming up where anything can happen, including Daytona and Auto Club. So I know next week we've got the break, and then we got Five Flags, Daytona, and Auto Club. Out of those three, which do you think's your best chance?
Well, if I had to choose, Jonathan's really good at short tracks, right? So Five Flags, I'm decent there, but I got to stay out of trouble. So my chances there, I think, are decent. I think I have a better shot at Auto Club than anywhere, just because Daytona's really a 50-50 shot, right? You got to, whether you stay up front and have pit strategy work out and you don't get involved in the big wreck, or you hang out in the back and try to avoid it, and that's sometimes always worse too. So I think that's a 50-50 chance. I think I like my chances a little bit more at Auto Club.
Well, again, awesome job here tonight. Before we let you go, Justin, anyone you want to thank? Any shots you got to give?
Yeah, Daniel for putting on the league. You guys for doing the broadcast, and our sponsors that help support the league. I think it's Rogue Energy. And it's gonna hurt me that, and well, obviously Shoney's, and Group 6 for the sponsor on the truck.
Awesome, man. Well, again, enjoy your Thanksgiving next week, and
yeah, you too.
Hopefully, you get one more position in one of these races coming up.
Yeah, maybe that break is all I need to fire it up on all cylinders.
There you go. Have a great night.
Thanks, Josh. You too.
That was your second place finisher, Justin McMahon. Let's bring in your winner here tonight for the 10th time this season, Jonathan Jennings. Jonathan, you got Josh over the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pull you in early before I grabbed the wrong helmet. But, man, what a drive tonight. You and Justin McMahon started the race off battling for the lead, and coming right down to the end, you two were battling out for the lead. I know you definitely did not want to see that last caution came out. Talk us through your thoughts when the yellow flew and what you had to do to keep McMahon behind you.
I thought it was over because I knew he had fresh tires or fresher tires than me. So and I was struggling with I was wearing my right rear off quite a bit. So I know he was going to give me a fight.
Speaking of drivers who were quick here tonight coming, we saw that 66 of Chad Waller drive through the field, making up 20 spots from where he started. I noticed on the restart, it looked like you started to the outside of him to try to trap him down on the bottom. And then it looked like the second restart after that, you chose the inside lane to put Daniel Wilkerson, or the other way around. Actually, you started on the inside, put him up on the high side, and then you put Wilkerson in front of him on that second restart. Was that kind of an idea? Was that something you had planned because you saw how fast he was coming, where you wanted him to restart?
Yeah, like I didn't. I was trying to pick the people I wanted to battle, and being able to choose which line, my lane is an advantage, and I try to use it the best I can.
Did you know how fast that 66 truck was coming tonight?
Oh yeah, I've noticed. He's been fast here before though. I think he was last truck race and Xfinity. I think we ran. He was fast. He's good here.
Well, you were just a little bit better getting the win here tonight for the 10th time. We want to say before we let you go and before you get into your thank yous, we do want to say enjoy your week off next week. Have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And who you got to thank and shout out here tonight?
You guys for the broadcast. Daniel and all the admins for putting all this together. The sponsors of the league. Shoney's and Rogue Energy and my teammates, of course.
Of course, man. Again, congratulations on the win. Enjoy your week off next week. Get lots of food in you, and we'll talk to you again in a couple weeks.
All right, man. You too.
Have a great night.
You too.
There you have it. Your winner, Jonathan Jennings, his 10th win of the season. And we just have 3 races to go after this one. So tune in, not next week, but the week after. They'll be racing at Five Flags Speedway. We'll be right here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to check out all the links down below, our great partners with the league, including Shoney's. Visit your West Virginia Shoney's locations. Help support the league. Visit Rogue Energy as well. RogueEnergy.com. Use the coupon code Doghouse for 10% off your order. Of course, I want to thank Race EPI for all your iRacing coaching and setup needs. The Butt Kicker for all your gaming haptic needs. And of course, check out our website as well as the Doghouse Racing League's website for all your intensity and Doghouse swag. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Don't forget to join us back here in a little bit as the SCSRA Truck Series will be taking on Atlanta Motor Speedway. A little bit of a draft, a little bit of a super speedway, if you will, running the new Atlanta. So you're not going to want to miss that. So tune back here in about half an hour as the SCSRA League takes on Atlanta. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Again, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. And until next time, as our boy Atlee Hatman Weiss would say,